Okay, so this is another ISO specific thing. You'll find this in clause 7.5. It's called documented information. And then there are, 12-ish, maybe 15 like specific sub points about how you need to control documented information. The idea here, let's start high level. How do you manage the documentation associated with your ISMS? Um, how do you make sure it's available and accessible when needed, also protected and then retained for the proper duration, right? Those are like kind of the high level things that you're talking through. And they call each of these things out in relatively granular detail in the standard. Um, including things that are somewhat, maybe self-evident, like, it needs to be legible. Okay, well, not such a problem here in the world of computers, but if it was a handwritten ISMS, right, you'd want to take into consideration what you had to do there. So we list out the documents, we talk about their format, we talk about their structure. None of the details that we put into this template are actual requirements. You just have to meet the requirements in the standard. So we're giving you like helpful starting place for how you would show this, but you can customize this to be, appropriate for you and your organization, just like many things in policy. So we go down here, there's like a naming convention. Again, this is just our template. You can do whatever you want. We talk about updates and version control. And then moving further down, we talk about ownership, approval, distribution, maintenance, and then finally archival and retention. These are the topical areas that you want to address, but how you want to specifically address them is very much up to you. The only thing I'd mention with retention is that each of your audit periods are effectively 1 year and your full certification is 3 years. So there's like a logical sense that you might want to keep the documentation around, during the full course of your certification period. But beyond that, you can look to other corporate records retention, any sort of regulatory retention, or just the best practices that you want to put in place. And then when you just dispose of it, you'd want to do so securely. We talked about records and naming conventions, essential, as well as storage and retrieval. And again, here the specifics are up to you how you want to do it. And that's pretty much it. Lastly, we mentioned classification, and then we refer out to the classification policy because we strive to not have redundancy in the policies. We try to make each topic addressed uniquely in one place so you don't have potential conflict.